And the final spin is $100. 10,000 COD points. And on top of that, it's rigged. We've got a spicy Call of Duty news story this morning. If you haven't been paying attention, Call of Duty launched a mobile version and broke all sorts of records. Somewhere around 100 million installs in just 1 week. Well, they just launched their Halloween event and Skamaz is afoot. Here's the brief overview. So Activision Blizzard, and this is going to put it all together for you. When you open the Call of Duty mobile app, which I just did to verify pricing, you'll be greeted by the beautiful Activision logo, followed by the beautiful Tencent logo. I love Tencent. Everything about Tencent is great. Thank you. Appreciate you, Tencent. So, Activision, Tencent, team up. What could go wrong? The good news, Activision Blizzard's new game, Call of Duty Mobile, has broken every 7-day download record in history with 100 million installs last week. And this was back on October 9th. The bad news, Blizzard stripped a Hearthstone prize winner, blah, 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 blah. We already know that. That said, I could easily envision a situation where, okay, I want to skip to Activision Blizzard wants the Chinese market to build on what's already wild numbers for COD Mobile, which has just unseated Mario Kart Tour as the most downloaded mobile game in a single week, nabbing 100 million to Nintendo's 90 million, just 10 million more. It's a far larger launch than the likes of rival mobile shooters like PUBG, 28 million, and Fortnite, 22 million. And you can see here. Clearly, whatever success Call of Duty Mobile is having is being overshadowed by Hearthstone, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so you can see Hearthstone's huge, or COD Mobile's huge. Now, yesterday, they launched their spooky Halloween event, Call of Spooky. The record-breaking popular Call of Duty Mobile, it was downloaded over 100 million times in the first week, has kicked off its first seasonal event just in time for Halloween. There will be a limited time, of course, content releasing through Halloween event period during new treats to acquire, new skills to master in a battle royale, a limited time hardpoint game called Molotov Cocktail Score Streak, and more. There's also a Halloween themed version of Black Ops 2 standoff map available on Team Deathmatch, Seek and Destroy Domination. Tons of new features. Elsewhere, the developer Tencent Games says it's listening to player feedback in the latest community update. Players reported cheating are something that the teams care a great deal about. Sure, China, I'm sure you really care. Aren't you like the piracy capital of the world? We'll do our best to keep that down. In Bugs Report, Tencent it's investigating a reported issue where reload animations. Aside from COD Mobile, long-running series, Call of Duty Modern Warfare drops October 25th, just 3 days from now. All right, so recap. COD Mobile, biggest game in history on mobile, biggest record in the first week downloads, 100 million plus. Surprisingly high ratings, 4.7 stars. Now, here's where it gets greasy. And I want to give a huge shout out to both Focused, at Focused, which I'll link in the pinned comment, as well as Pick Rickle, who helped me get more information, and I'll actually use a piece of his video explaining this too. So I'll leave links to these fellas. They were very helpful in explaining their COD Mobile guys, so they know more about the game than I did. Here's what you need to know. COD points are about $1 each. You can buy them in bulk. I verified this pricing is the same in the US dollars. So you get 8,000 COD points for $100. So if you spend 100, you can get them for 80 cents a point. In order to take advantage of the new prize wheel, are you ready for this? In order to take advantage of the new prize wheel and get everything off the prize wheel that you want, you will need to spend 23,500 COD points. Call it $200 for cosmetics. And did I mention it's also rigged? Here's the slimiest part of it all. First of all, it's rigged, which would appear to me. Second of all, you spin a wheel, you win a prize. But what they don't tell you when you start to spin is that each subsequent spin goes up in price. The first one's 40 COD points, then 80, then 200, then 400, then 800, then 960, 1600, 3000, 6500, and the final spin is $100. 10,000 COD points. And on top of that, it's rigged.
Here is the Halloween Lucky Draw board. As you can see on the screen, it's got all of it right there. And as I go through each spin, I'm going to put down little markers to indicate which person got which at which spin. It'll all be clear on the screen, so hopefully you can follow along. And we'll start from this first spin all the way through to the last one, and you guys can see the outcome of everything and understand why I believe that the Call of Duty Halloween draw is actually rigged. Spin number 1, we have the weapons XP. We have the M4, we have Shotty, MSMC, and the ATV. Spin number 2, we have the MSMC, the weapons XP, the weapons crate, the weapons XP, and the knife. Spin number 3, we have knife, and then we have the bag, and the weapons XP. Spin number 4, we have the weapon crate, the Shotty, the weapons XP, the weapon crate, and the bag. Spin number 5, we have the bag, the weapons crate, the MSMC, and the weapons crate again. Spin number 6, we have the M4, the MSMC, ATV, and the Shotty. Spin number 7, we have the ATV, the knife again, and the MSMC. Spin number 8, we have the Shotty, the M4, and the M4. Spin number 9, we have the Outrider Skeleton all 3 times, and spin number 10, we have the AK all 3 times.
Again, huge shout out to Pick Rickle there. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below. Looks like he does excellent work. So what you see here is what you probably put together anyway, is that the 2 most coveted items are in the middle, and of course, they save them for last. Why is this scandalous? Well, because your last 2 spins cost $65 and $100 each. So all the rest of the stuff, while it appears to be random, seems awfully convenient that the best items were just so happened to be last. And that is a nice cross-section of different YouTubers with video evidence of the results from their polls. Now, when you look at a good leaker here, Stealth Bubble, which was one of the original leakers around COD Mobile, has shared some percentages. Here we go. The skeleton skin, 3%. The AK-47 camo, 2%. Everything else is high. So here's why it appears as though, if you notice, spin 9 and spin 10 were the exact same. Well, that's because you only get 10 spins, right? So after you use a spin, there's only 9 items left for you to win. So essentially, if you spin the thing 10 times, you will get all 10 items, but you will pay over $200 for it. All right. So they set the best items at a minuscule percent, meaning 2 out of 100 people will get the good item first. The rest, 98%, will continue to spin and spin and spin. And oh, by the way, even more diabolically, they increase the cost of every spin rather than, I don't know, leaving it fair and letting people spin. I mean, by the way, it's still $4. I'm sorry. No, the first spin is only 40 cents. My apologies. But basically, you end up with a completely rigged system. And oh, by the way, they also have loot boxes too, where you can buy them for 160 COD points. So basically $1.60 for Halloween crates for even different stuff. This monetization is unlike anything I've ever seen, and I feel embarrassed that I've allowed the mobile market to exist without this level of scrutiny on this channel, because it's one of those things where you're like, oh yeah, it's the mobile market, they're awful. But this is coming from Activision, okay? So maybe they're just like, well, we'll make Modern Warfare, we won't have any loot boxes in that because we're making billions off Call of Duty Mobile. Again, the percentages are bull. They don't hide, they don't make it clear that your percentages on the spins are real. But if you look at the crates, they do list the percentages. All items in chests have individual odds. When the chest is opened, items can randomly be allocated to the odds. Epic is 1%, 1.9%. Rare is 58%, uncommon 40%. So even when you open these for $1.60 each, you only have a 1.9% chance of getting anything actually worthwhile. And again, you have this, there's an original print here I want to share. Wait. Here. Here's based on the code. Here's based on the code. All right. This is going to leave this here for who might still be interested in doing the quote, lucky draw. In more advanced terms, the percentages after each spin increase. That's right, because there's only, after you spin it 3 times, so there's only 7 possible outcomes. But I'm not sure by how much. At the end of the day, chances are the last 2 items in the draw will both be the skeleton and the AK, which, by the way, cost you, if you, those last 2 spins are going to cost you $160. If you, let's say, buy the bonus, okay, you might be able to get away with, what's the cheapest way you can do this? 23,000. I guess you buy 3 packs of 800 or 8,000. You still have to buy, you'd have to buy 200. I guess the cheapest you get away with it is $280 if you wanted to get everything in that pack. Now, it is cosmetic and only cosmetic. However, Call of Duty does not list at anywhere I can see in the Halloween event any odds of actually getting the items that anybody wants. And if you look at the actual items in there, there's only 1 or 2 that anyone would actually want. Surprising, shocking that the percents are at 2 and 3%. Disgusting. The combination of Activision corporate greed and Tencent's corporate greed is a match made in video game hell. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're going to share it far and wide because we need to keep an eye on what Activision is up to in the mobile market.